welcome again to the Minding the Gap volunteer onboarding video series. Once again, my name is Zach Nicholson, Executive Director of Minding the Gap, and in this video I am going to briefly share our origin story. So I came to Kansas City in 2007 to be a pastor in a local church here in South Kansas City. And in about 2015, so 7-8 years later, my boss had tasked me to go to the Grandview Middle School. We had just partnered with an organization here locally called Caring for Kids, and they partner together with local schools. They bring together churches, business community, nonprofits together to solve problems and sponsor and support local schools. And so we decided that we are partnering with this organization now. I get sent to the Grandview Middle School. And I had always been in adult ministry, so I had led small groups. I was over our small group ministry. I started our men's ministry, so all of my ministry experience were with adults. And so to be tasked with this, I was pretty surprised, so I asked my boss, what am I supposed to do? I'm not sure. He's like, I don't know, just go to the meeting. And so I go to the meeting, and I was just blown away by the amazing people at the school. The principal was absolutely awesome. Some of the teachers that I met were absolutely awesome. And then I started to really get in touch with the needs going on in these schools, especially the literacy crisis. That's what really struck me. The literacy crisis is something that we've all probably heard of, maybe heard some news stories, read something online about it, and we're touched by it for a half a second, and oh, that's so terrible. I wish I could do something about it, and then you just kind of move on about your day, and then maybe you're reminded of it 6 months, a year later. But as I go to the school, I started seeing the effects of the literacy crisis, and then all of these amazing school principals and teachers that really see themselves as missionaries sent out to minister and touch and support the lives of these students. And I thought, and I just started to feel a sense of, we really need to, as a church, wrap around these schools and be more a part of our community, and to really make a difference in these schools and help support them. So long story short, we did a couple of community projects with them. I started to recruit tutors and mentors to go help work with these students in literacy. We also started to do a teacher appreciation. By the end of the year, we had built up quite a bit of credibility with the staff, and so we ended up doing a teacher appreciation where we brought in some worship leaders to softly play some music over the course of a lunchtime, come and go lunch. We bought a lunch for the teachers, and it was just an amazing time of goodwill. The staff felt supported, and we were able to just really make a difference there. So I continued to do this. The next year we branched out to a couple of more schools and then a few more schools, and we just saw a lot of momentum. We ended up being part of 7 or 8 different schools, and then in about 2018, 2019, I heard of a school that was in this district as well that had an after-school Bible club. There was a local church that was hosting an after-school Bible club since about 2005, so 10, 15 years, and I heard that and I thought, well, we have to be a part of that. That's amazing that they're preaching the gospel in public schools, and like, that's okay. And so long story short, I joined up and started to recruit a team for that, and there was just such life on this this ministry. So right around that time I started to get the idea to what would it look like if we started a nonprofit that's completely apart from any church, and we did the same thing as Caring for Kids, where we're gathering churches, nonprofits, businesses together to actually support the schools, to be boots on the ground, to volunteer in these schools. And that's how we started Minding the Gap. So we started during COVID in 2020, so we launched, and then all of a sudden everything shuts down. So that was kind of fun. But we did different kind of projects. We would deliver lunches and I don't know, just sponsor different school events. And then when we started actually in 21, when the schools opened back up, we started with our after school Bible club. We started with our tutoring program, and we still did those extra mile buying the lunches for teachers. So over the course of the last 6 years, we are now in 5 schools, and at the time of this video shoot for the 2026-2027 school year, we are going to be in 7 schools here in Kansas City, the Hickman Mills and Grandview District. And by God's grace and your participation, we are going to continue to grow. We have opportunities to be in more schools and more districts. We just don't have the volunteer capacity or the financing for that now. But as we continue to serve and be faithful in the little, the Lord has been more than faithful to continue to expand our reach. We are excited that we have 2 of the school principals in the district that we serve on our board of directors, and there is just a lot of life going on with this ministry. So we are a Christian organization, but that's not what we lead with. That is the point of our organization is just to be a blessing to our entire community, that we just believe that every single person, boy or girl, young, old, rich, poor, every single person has value, has dignity. They're all created in the image of God, and we just want to value that and support our community. So once again, we want to thank you for being part of everything that's happening with Minding the Gap, and your participation. I just want to encourage you that it is it's not just you're going into a school for 1 hour a week and mentoring one student. That is amazing, and it's the bedrock of what we do. But I want you to know that there is a whole entire team of volunteers, 60, 70 people committing an hour a week at different schools throughout Kansas City, and we are all doing the same thing. So together, the sum is greater than the parts. And so just remember that as you're going into your weekly assignment, that you are making a difference and changing the trajectory of a child's life, along with about 60 or 70 other amazing team members.